What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen. This time, honey, I am back for I thought this was Married to Medicine, honey, but the way these heifers been acting, it's more like Married to Medicaid, child. That's what it looked like, okay? Let me say this. If I'm being honest, this episode was a lot different than what I thought it would be. I saw all sides. I was actually able to see all sides. Quad, you don't like these ladies. Ladies, you all don't like Quad. I think what's happening here is you all are taking her personality personally. That means that you are offending these ladies just by being there breathing. And that's not a good space to be in. This episode was not about getting through to Quad. This episode was about getting Quad. It was serving Real Housewives of Potomac when they gang up on one person. I have noticed they have been doing that these past seasons of Married to Medicine. Last year they ganged up on Heavenly. Who term was it before that? Oh, we had the Simone and Jackie friendship. See, don't nobody ever really gang up on them or call them out. So it's, it's unfair. They got Jackie through the Buffy situation, but Buffy ain't completely innocent, in my opinion. She's just not. Funky Dineva said it best about Toya and her dynamics with Quad. He said that Quad is the it girl that Toya wishes she could be. And I've been telling you all that for a long time. There's some jealousy. They never speak on it. I felt like all the ladies had unrealistic expectations of Quad owning up to anything, because in order for her to own up to things, you all would have to own up to your bad behavior. Simone, you mentioned in an interview that you did, I will play it, you guys, on another video, but she did an interview where she said, yeah, I was being petty. I didn't consider Quad's feelings when we brought Letitia on the show, Sweet Tea. I didn't consider Quad's feelings. So that gives her license to go and find Tammy. And I'm pretty sure, Simone, you wouldn't be as nearly as graceful as Quad is being around Sweet Tea. Okay, them teeth gonna be halfway coming up out your mouth. Y'all know Simone got them sharp teeth. She may bite somebody. I mean, I'm just saying. Y'all know Simone would get real loud. That marriage to Cecil almost came down to a halt because of Tammy. And a lot of people look at Tammy and they say, oh, well, she ain't that cute. She ain't this, she ain't that. Cecil cared about that woman and was able to verbally express that he loved that woman. And he wasn't really doing that with Simone. So, like, Quad has license at this point to put some bullets in her gun and go get Tammy. Jackie, she could go get Curtis's side chick, start hanging with her, because your ass been saying a little bit too much. Okay? I skipped over Dr. Jackie and the whole Kamala Harris situation because once again, that's Dr. Jackie. Is she a Leo? Because Leos do that. They're very show-offy. Dark-sided Leos, they always have to show you how they stand out from the pack. They always have to, just have the spotlight on them. And Jackie is allowed to be snotty and as snobby as she wants to be. There are certain people on here, you guys, that are allowed to demonstrate bad behavior. Jackie is one. Simone, I know, is definitely one, because I want them to address Simone telling Quad, I don't have a problem with you. I just go against you so Toya won't be mad at me. You all have to start having real conversations. The conversation on the table, at the table, was superficial. This was about humbling Quad. That's what it's about. I can deal with you if you're willing to tell me the truth about why y'all did what y'all did the way y'all did it. But this was not about getting Quad to take accountability. And Quad, you took no accountability. It seemed like you would start and then you would come with some type of excuse. And the ladies are right. That is not accountability at all. So like I said, I could see all sides, but there will not be any resolution to the issues that the ladies have with Quad until they start unpacking a lot of different things. The dynamics between Quad and Toya through the years. Toya trying to get Quad kicked off the show because she's no longer married to Dr. G. I also will be covering Quad's interview with Carlos King. I felt like it was good, but I will talk about what I didn't like as well. But the way they did this, it was not fair. I hear a lot of people, they keep saying, well, Mariah, it was okay when they did it to Mariah. All of those ladies had an issue with Mariah and her newfound ego. And because she created the show, she's the queen bee, it's her show. She had a big ass picture at the reunion. It seemed like every other season, if not every season. Okay, she had a big picture of herself to separate herself from the women on the show. You saw nobody else do that. Mariah even got upset. Go and watch Toya's interview with Carlos King. And Toya was really supportive of her, bringing her back into the group season 5, 6, and 7, and was her strongest ally on the show. Just for y'all girl Mariah to tell Toya, why did they make the reunion set about your closet? It should have been about me. If that's not narcissistic, I don't know what is. Okay? Quad also mentioned on a Carlos King interview, I will be probably starting my video with this, where she talks about Mariah. She didn't say Mariah's name, and she didn't say Toya's name. But after the abuse allegations of what she went through with Dr. G, after all of it came out, go back and watch at the season 6 reunion. It was Toya and Mariah that was saying, don't say he abused her. Don't say it. And that could ruin his name. That could ruin everything for him. They were the only two, because Contessa started it by saying, I would have never encouraged Quad to stay with him had I known he was abusive. And at the end of the day, you are who you are. Look at Diddy. Yes, he's powerful. He's famous. He got all this money, but his character is trash. You even saw Quad on here telling Dr. G, your title is a title, nigga. I'm not going to treat you like a god, because you are not one. And I'm here to tell all of you, angels don't live in hell. Angels don't live in hell. Nobody is going to treat you good, worship you, take you seriously if you are treating them like shit. That's point blank in the period. You could slice it, dice it. You could do whatever you want to do with it. I also want to make this point. I keep hearing a lot of people say, oh, well, Quad turned on Mariah. Quad started all of this because she turned on Mariah. Let me say this, and I will continue to reiterate this point. You cannot belittle anybody. You cannot tell a group of people that your good friend that you used to be cool with was homeless. You did all of this for your good friend. You saw Aiden. Okay, at that reunion, season 6, go back and watch it. She was a homeless person. She was this. They belittled, they chopped that girl up into a whole bunch of pieces. You are out of your motherfucking mind if you think she will ever forgive Mariah Huck. And she does not owe Mariah Huck nothing. Mariah is a child. Okay? When all those ladies chose to not film with her, she made Quad responsible for that. You know how a child will leave bits of the truth out just so they can be manipulative and have their way? That's what Mariah does. Well, it was Quad that led in the charge. She was in charge of the girl. She can't make these women do anything. You shown yourself to be unlikable. And instead of you reading the room and taking some accountability and responsibility for your actions towards the women on this show and for your bad behavior, instead of you doing your just due, you just blame it on somebody else. And that's kind of what I'm sick of when I hear people talk about Quad. They can't even focus on Quad without mentioning Mariah and how Quad owes her left arm, a piece of her cootie cat, a piece of her lip, a piece of her lash. Like, get out of here. She don't owe her shit. Quad may have been in a certain position when she met that woman. We all start from the bottom. And we get to where we get to. Yeah, but she used her. And no, I don't feel like she used her. Yes, she may have opened some doors for her. And people will do that. Look at Diddy and what he did to Cassie. I'm sure he opened a lot of doors for her. And she paid a price for it too. And soon as Mariah got on this show, she was talking shiggity about Quad. Go and watch the Carlos King interview. We'll talk about it. Where Quad said it was her own father that was actually alive at the time. And he said, that girl is not your friend. Go back and watch the show. Because Quad was like, how dare you say that? That's my best friend. Even go back and watch. Toya even said that. Mariah even was telling Toya stuff about Quad. And Quad was like, no, that's not true. Why do you think Quad and Toya was cool seasons, 2 and 3? Why do you think that they was cool until that Lisa Nicole stuff came up? because Mariah was talking shiggity about Quad. And I'm here to tell you, once you demean somebody, once you put yourself on a pedestal and put somebody else in a pit and talk about how better you are than they are, and you had to teach them how to be a doctor's wife, and I'm going to tell you something, I've kind of experienced that, and you will never guess who it came from. It came from a motherfucker that was beneath me. Didn't even have the vocabulary and the vernacular that I got. Don't even have the intuition, the instincts, the intellectual ability that I have. And the brother Tucker was trying to mock me, trying to put me down so they can lift their weak ass up. It's a coward that does that. Y'all skip over that though. Quad is supposed to forget about that and forgive that and welcome Mariah with open arms. So all this shiggity about, oh, she should go and team up with Mariah. No, I'm sure she could say a few positive things about her. Okay? I'm sure she can, but y'all stop being so gassed up about that, because that lady did what she did. And yes, she created this show, but she is not the reason that all of us watch this show. And I'm talking about Mariah. I like the show better without her being on it. Like when I first started watching it, she wasn't even on it. So I didn't miss her because I didn't even know her. But I noticed the show got different. And don't get me wrong, her and Heavenly, they was good going back and forth. But I said all of that to say this. She brought a certain toxicity to this show with her ego, with her. She even told Quad, oh, y'all not married to medicine, y'all married to Mariah. See, when you start talking like that, when you start getting a big head like that, you don't respect the ladies. You think that you are above them. And that was Mariah's downfall on the show. She had a pattern of behavior. Let's get to Phaedra real quick, because I spent a lot of time talking about Mariah. Funky Dineva made a good point when he said in his video that Phaedra is not gonna defend Quad because she's happy to be working again with a steady paycheck. So, objectively, I see where he's coming from. I understand that. But Phaedra was still wrong. Phaedra keeps lying. You were fired from your job for lying, and then you bring your ass on this show and do even more lying, and then you have the nerve to tell Quad you don't know if you want to be on this show. This is turning into some nigga shit. You was over on Real Housewives of Atlanta, bitch, with a whole criminal. So I know you don't think you're better than anybody. You was with Apollo, a felon. That was nigga shit. Okay? Even Carlos was looking at Quad when she was saying that, like, you complaining about mild ass Married to Medicine and you was on Real Housewives of Atlanta doing the most. And that let me know Phaedra has this superiority attitude where she thinks she's her title. And you're not, Phaedra. Yes, you may be an attorney, but you don't look like a good person. You don't look like a loyal friend. Do I believe that her and Quad was best friends? No, but I do feel like you've been knowing her for a certain length of time. You should have enough care about her to where you should have had her back For everybody to say they didn't want to film with Quad and for you to add to that list, when in fact she did help you get on the show because she helped you audition. You did come in through her. Yeah, they may have already wanted her, but in order for anybody to join these shows, it has to make sense. You have to be linked to somebody in the cast. And Heavenly, what I learned about her is she's a big ass liar. She was saying that Quad would go to Kenya and, you know, she do this, she do that. Jealous? Heavenly's jealous. It ain't just Toya that's jealous. I think all of them are jealous of Quad and her freedom. I think some of them are married to men just to be still married. Like Curtis, what's the man named Cecil and Simone? They marriage look like it's over. Yeah, they give us a good laugh and giggle in the confessional, but I don't think them folks is in love like that. If y'all really had a strong marriage, y'all would have been able to finish that damn book. And the fact that it could break up your whole damn marriage. And was it me, or when they sent Quad, once they sent Quad home, the show got boring? And I know Alicia is not Quad's replacement. She's boring. You know, she's a beautiful woman, but I don't know, something with her husband. Maybe I need to see a bit more of them, but it's something with her and her husband that may be, it may be a little something there, right? Where they may be interesting. They may give us a little something, because that husband was left alone with them kids. Okay, and it looked like, honey, it looked like he wasn't feeling that. I said, oh Lord, not another Marceau child. Not one of them. Okay? And I feel like they keep on, they're not giving us more of Alicia, because Heavenly says she filmed, but we're not seeing what Alicia is saying. I think I saw a little clip and it's like, damn, I want to see more of Alicia, because if we don't see more of Alicia, we're not going to take to her. We're not. Now back to Quad and the ladies. Another way they shot themselves in the foot with this whole ambush is they did it in front of Sweet Tea. That's the last thing that anybody would want, to get clowned in front of your ex-husband's new wife. She gets to run, get on the phone to Dr. G and tell him how they handed Quad her ass. Well, their ass to kiss. That's embarrassing. That's disrespectful. I feel like these ladies are unfair, because I feel like the things that they are asking of Quad is a bit astronomical. We don't have Tammy on the show. We don't have Curtis's side chick on the show, but y'all expect for this woman to film with Greg's new wife, as if y'all don't remember down to that season 6 reunion where he admitted to being abusive. Well, Quad was abusive too. No, I'm gonna put all that shit on Greg. The cheating, he did so much more damage than her. Well, you wasn't there. No, I was not there, but he is a man. And men have a way of overpowering women. I don't think Quad was taking that shit. That's why she probably went and got that knife, and I don't blame her. You do what you got to do to stay alive. Are y'all following me? Are you getting where I'm coming from? This situation has so many layers that they did not unpack. And therefore, Quad could not take accountability. Yeah, but she kept saying that, she was sorry and she really wasn't, and I'm so sick of hearing about Sister Circle. I do feel like they all got jealous of that opportunity. And I also do feel like some of it went to Quad's head. She was throwing that in their face. Like, oh, I'm over here now and I'm doing this. And yeah, she did do what she did, season 7. In front of those ladies, she did it on purpose to hurt them. We know how Quad is. Those of us that's fans, we know how Quad is. Well, that was wrong, and wasn't wrong to me. When you make somebody feel small, when they finally have the chance to become big, hell yeah, they go flex. And these ladies, they keep creating just what they are trying to avoid. Like Quad said, it was her best friend that told these ladies that she didn't have shit. She didn't have all the etiquette to be a doctor's wife and she doesn't know how to act. Now, meanwhile, we saw that same woman physically fighting. Y'all fave Mariah. We saw her fighting. Where is your etiquette at, bitch? But Toya, she didn't have to fight Toya, and Toya beat her ass, rightfully so. Come on, Toya. Toya was like, nah, bitch. That shit was funny. Here go Miss Lucy, bust out with her. I said, oh, Lord, not the mother involved, honey. Not the mother. Almost by the damn pool. Okay. Heavenly, let me get to you. Like Quad said, you're not her friend. You act like Simone. You act like Simone now. You quick to switch up. You talk shit about Quad. As long as you switch up on me like that, don't expect no loyalty. And you goddamn right that once Phaedra, who I think is my friend, hell yeah, I don't need you no more. That's just how it goes. I don't understand. And if you go to Heavenly's channel, you'll hear her saying, Quad need me. And so that means she's supposed to take your shit because she needs you. Just pay attention, guys, to what people say. But don't nobody else like her. So that means she's supposed to take shit from you, Heavenly. You are allowed to flip, turn, switch, do the hustle, okay? Do the running man on her. I even watched the reunion for last season. And for you and Quad to go back and forth about how you get on your channel and talk about her and allude to the fact that she's sleeping with married men, Heavenly, leave that to Simone and Toya. Leave that to them. You're supposed to be cool with her. You don't never really lay down the foundation for how cool you are with her. But she's supposed to trust you. She's supposed to be calling you when you all are not filming. You have an unrealistic expectation. And Heavenly has came out on social media. Oh, it was so wrong what we did, Quad. It's too late. The damage is already done. I'm here to tell you all a little something about life. You cannot say whatever you want to say to people and about people and think that they are just supposed to forgive you. I have 2 exes that I can call to this day if I ever need anything. Okay? The first man is the man I lost my virginity to. I could still call that man. Out of all my exes, we still have that connection. Because guess what? He never crossed that line with me. Now, we done been through some shiggity. Don't think that we have not. But till this day, There is this strong friendship. There is this respect. There is this love. Okay? I have another ex. I could still call him, and we still cool. And he used to tell me, girl, it's just something about you. You don't conform. You just stand out from everybody. You know, he would call me the nonconformist. We done been through some shiggity. But even though that was years ago, right? That was years ago, my relationships with these two men, I can still think about these men and smile because they never crossed the line with me. Now, what do you think happens when we go to my child's father? And I think about all the pain that I went through, the abuse, the disrespect, the I don't want to be with you. And because you don't want to be with me, and I'm talking about him, I'm not going to take care of my child. You're going to have to go through the courts to get your money. You chose to be a single mom. Okay? Trying to block me from traveling, blowing up my phone while I'm out in Vegas. Once I got back from New York, I didn't see my daughter for days, and the police had to escort my daughter home until we finally, we had a big blowout. Like I said, y'all will get the story in my book. That man has not seen that child since she was about 5 or 6 years old. I said all of that to say this. There's some stuff that you can come back from. And then there's some stuff, once you say it, once you do it, you can't come back from. I have another ex. He belittled me. He disrespected me. He stole my ideas. He wore a mask and pretended that he loved me. Do you think I'll ever forgive him for how badly he treated me? How once I began winning in life, he wouldn't even clap. Do you think I can call him the way I can call those other two guys? This man also got with my enemies and began telling these people my business. Do you think that we can come back from all of that? I will wait. The answer is hell no. We can't come back. Like Quad said, I now see the love was fake and the hate was real. So remember in life, if you ever want somebody to think and believe that you love them, you have to be loving. You have to be loving. You got to be able to put yourself in their shoes. These women, they're not doing that. They just want Quad to accept responsibility. Yeah, Quad, just put up with the fact that we putting all your business out here in front of Sweet Tea. Just grin and bear it, bitch. That was the tone from all of them. And Toya is very insecure. I'm not believing this, oh, I got a career now. And because we even heard from Quad, she was trying to get you years ago to get your shit together. But all you clung to was, I'm a mother. Now those kids are grown. Damn near. They in high school. Eugene, that's why they struggled those past couple of years. Just go back and watch, guys. Season 8 and 9, you saw it the most. That's why they struggled. Because Toya defined herself by being a wife and a mother, and that was it. And buying expensive shit to outdo these doctors on this show. That way she can look a certain way that she doesn't feel about herself. As long as I look good, I ain't got to deal with how I really feel. But season 8 and season 9, she was at her most vulnerable. And she began bullying Anila. And I know some people will say, well, Quad stole her friend. She made it easy. She belittled that girl. The same stuff that she tries to get on Quad about, she exhibits. Narcissism. You're very narcissistic. Moving those kids every year. That's about you. And Eugene enables that behavior within you. That's why in some ways he's not good for you. Okay? The person that you are with has to protect you from the worst parts of yourself. Toya is impulsive. And she wants things to look a certain way. And Quad is the one that knocks on that door and holds her ass accountable. That's why she was lighting her ass up all last season. Bitch, you with a man and you can't even keep a house. Bloop. That was the truth. Toya didn't want to hear that. She ain't that mad about that robbery stuff because she wouldn't be over there smiling with Anila in pictures. If Anila would have accused me of any of that, and the way Toya was acting at that reunion, well, Anila, do you hear me? And fake, you right back in that girl face. And you've been knowing her less than the length of time you've known Quad. You feel threatened by Quad. And when a person feels threatened by you, they really don't want to hear nothing you got to say about their life. Because the way Toya wants to look at Quad is, yeah, she can't get a man. She ain't got a man. Just go and watch the damn show, you guys. She ain't got a husband. She wanted her out of here as soon as her and Dr. G broke up. Even after she found out that Quad went through all that abuse. She mocked their sex life, her and Eugene. And he tries to get on this episode. Yeah, well, I don't like to be messy. You messy and petty. You are one of the girls. And the fact that because Heavenly is the one that called it. Go back and watch Heavenly and Carlos recap part 3 of the reunion. Heavenly is the one that told on Eugene, saying he was saying all types of crazy stuff to Quad. Your husband should not be in the women's business like that. He can love you all day, but he got to stay out of it. And that's one thing normally they're able to do on Married to Medicine. Stay out of the women's stuff. So I don't hear a lot of people really telling the truth about Eugene. It's just very one-sided. It's just, this show is really produced now. And whoever is on the production team, horrible. Horrible. Carlos, you need to get on their damn production team. Okay? I know y'all ain't gonna agree with that, but I think he would show more of what's going on. The layers. They didn't have a real conversation with Quad. While they was trying to knock on her door, okay, and get her to take some accountability, she wasn't going to do that. She wasn't going to do that without unpacking all the stuff that had happened through the years with these ladies. I don't like Dr. Jackie butting into the Heavenly and Quad relationship and telling Heavenly that Quad is using her. She ain't using you. She just don't need you like that, bitch. See, these bitches, they get nervous when you have somebody else to go to. They get nervous. Heavenly didn't like that Phaedra was coming on here and Quad would have her. Heavenly wants Quad to depend on her and put up with her abuse. There are people in your life, they want to abuse you, disrespect you. Heavenly has shown herself to only care about Damon and them kids and Jackie. Okay? If she don't care for Simone, I don't blame her, because Simone is a snake. But she ain't nobody's friend on this show. She has one hell of a way of showing it. And I'm here to tell you all, like I will keep reiterating this point. You can't make people trust you. All you have is your actions and your behavior, and Heavenly is too unpredictable. You taking pictures with Sweet Tea, sending it to Quad, you being messy. Well, you know I'm messy. Well, you know I make a joke to deflect. I was just playing. They had a whole intervention with you. Hello? Shout out to Rodney. Didn't they tell your ass to stop doing that? You keep doing the same shit, just a different way. If I was Quad, honestly, I would have got up and walked away from the table. I just, ain't no amount of money you can pay me. I turn money down all the time, you guys, because it simply does not fit what I'm doing or who I am energetically. If something is just going to cause me a headache, if I feel like people are insistent upon misunderstanding me, I don't even talk to them. I don't think it's rude. I don't think it's malicious. I'm protecting my energy and I'm protecting them as well. Okay? I'm protecting them from me strangling the shit out of them. That's how I'm protecting them. Seriously, though. Okay? Jackie ended up telling Quad that she wants her to take accountability. Quad messed up when she said, well, all I can say is my heart posture. Girl, they don't care about your heart posture. They don't feel the love from you. They don't feel seen by you. They feel as if you don't like them. And that's the truth. You should have communicated the truth and stuck with the truth. And she really shouldn't have said anything while Jackie was talking. Just let Jackie talk. Because I think that's what some of the problem is. They're trying to talk and say stuff to her, and then she's coming back. And then it's like that nigga that cheats on you. Over and over again, you keep giving him a chance, and then he keeps saying, yeah, I'm gonna do better next time, and then you don't believe him because he keeps interrupting you, and he keeps defending himself, saying, he will never put you in this position again, but you know better from all the other times. It was also giving that. And I'm like, they not listening to her. She not listening to them. There wasn't any accountability on either side. Y'all not hearing each other. And the reason for that is because you all did not have the right intentions. And I'm here to say this. Sometimes we say, oh, I want to work this out. But did you set the tone to want to work out that particular situation? You got to set the tone. That's why Toya said, how do we trust the words that's coming out of your mouth when they are not backed by your actions? And even on the season 6 reunion, Toya was like, I'll believe it when I see it. Because Quad was saying, and Quad, I love you, but you are a bit of a politician. You know the right things to say. You know the right things to say at the right times, and you're just talking to kind of hear yourself speak. And nobody is listening because your actions, they say another thing. Toya, I don't hear nothing you say when it comes about Eugene, and you saying that Quad talks about your husband. The problem with that is these women collectively have seen you disrespect your husband. And there are women out here, they know they got a good man. They know it. And they treat him poorly. They throw biscuits at him. Okay? They cut him off when he's speaking. And Toya, yeah, season 6, you could blame it on the birth control, but just season 4, when y'all had the tax issues, you was telling Eugene, shut up, let me speak. And he was like, don't tell me to shut up, Toya. And you went on, boy, you better put that biscuit in your mouth. We have never seen Toya, and I think maybe they addressed this season 3, but they need to address it more at the reunion, as far as Toya, your behavior towards your husband, it can be weaponized. You alluded to the fact that his penis was small, or his penis will never get any bigger. Then you tried to clean it up. Then your husband is always coming at Quad. And he makes fun of the fact that her and Dr. G is divorced. Go back and watch the show. They were both nicer to her when she was over there with Greg. She was safe then, right? But as soon as the divorce happened, that it was like that next season, the season after that, they start gunning for Quad. Toya and Eugene. It wasn't just Toya. But Toya, you got to take accountability for your husband's behavior. You got to tell him to stop arguing with Quad. That's not a one-sided thing. And that's another reason why Quad was not hearing you, because it's both-sided. You know, like, you have to treat both sides. It's just like the distributive property in math. Yes, I remember this distributive property. What you do to one side, you got to do to the other one. You have to honor both sides. And I felt like it was a lot of one-sidedness. Well, Quad is just talking about my husband, and she jealous she ain't got a husband. And y'all have to get out of this, my male-identified women. Y'all have to stop thinking that because a woman don't have a husband, she want a husband, or she want yours, or like I said before, so many women are decentering men, and they're figuring out that there is more to life than having a man around. And hell, we all got toys and we got batteries, and they don't talk back, okay? I'm just saying. So I've heard. Toya brings up Quad accusing her of allegedly breaking into Anila's house. We did hear on the show that Carrie said that Toya told her there was a hit out on Anila's house. Toya had a party the same night. How do we know, or how do we not know, those hood boogers that did whatever they did to Anila? How we know that didn't come from Toya's camp? And I noticed at the reunion, Toya wanted to hurry up and get away from any speculation about that. Go back and watch it. She was like, yeah, they found the guys. They found it. And then she tried to hurry up, go to something else. So, girl, you telling on yourself at this point. What I'm saying, you guys, is this. If Quad would have just did that out the blue for like no reason, then I could say, Quad is wrong, right? But the fact that it was Toya's friend Carrie that said that. And both Heavenly and Quad admitted that they heard that from Carrie too. That's a problem. Then you brought Carmethea to Quad's Hollis Slay Party to attack Anila to be your guard dog, which is some hood shit. That was the equivalent of Mariah bringing Lake around season 7 to intimidate Quad. Okay? Hood booger. That's on you, Toya. You was acting very suspicious. Very suspicious. Well, I wouldn't do that, and bitch, I'm rich. You keep moving. I don't think so. You're not rich like that, girl. After Toya said what she should have said, and Quad should have been quiet, honestly, but at this point, she feels attacked. Heavenly says you're playing the victim, but Heavenly, you agree with Quad. See, this is the problem. You can't agree to something a couple of times, and then when it gets brought up again, you're not even defending why Quad would think that Toya may have had something to do with what happened at Anila's house. You admitted to that before, several times. I've seen you, Heavenly. So you backpedaling and pussy popping at this point. And now Quad is looking up at you like, bitch, I ain't about to have no loyalty to you. I'm here to tell you guys, when people in friendships, when people in relationships, when people leave jobs, they're not gonna keep talking to you about ongoing issues. They're gonna see your behavior, Heavenly, for what it is. And they're gonna determine you are not a friend. That's why Quad don't call Heavenly. She don't trust her. That's it. It took a major tragedy for these women to start being nice to Quad again. It took her losing, who was that? Her niece? Now they talking because now we can have some sympathy for you because somebody died. Do y'all see how manipulative people can be because somebody died? Why do you think people try to come back into your life after finding out that you lost certain people? Because they know that you're vulnerable. Okay? And Heavenly knew she needed Quad for this show. They don't really have a show really without Quad. Unless they start turning on each other, I doubt they will do that. I want Phaedra off this show. She brings nothing. And Phaedra, I am so disgusted with you. This superiority complex that you have, this high horse that you feel like you on. Because even Simone addressed it at the table. Well, we don't want to scare Phaedra off with the nigga shit. Phaedra, the biggest nigga on the show, it seemed like, got these criminals doing her dirty work. Like Quad said, she was told, Phaedra, to watch out for your ass. Several times she was told about Angela Stanton's book and watch out for her. She a snake. And I hope you see it now, Quad. But Phaedra, you still a snake. Yeah, but she's really smart and she ain't showing no emotion. Because she's not attached to nobody on this show but her check. So she ain't about to have no loyalty to Quad because she feel like, well, shit, she ain't got no power. So I'm not going to kiss up to her. I'm going to try to get in good with the other ladies, but they don't like your ass either, Phaedra. I can tell. All that lying that you do, you worse than Mariah. Way worse. Simone mentions that she feels like Quad pops up and all of a sudden Quad starts acting, she knows them again because she's at events and that feels disingenuous. And Once again, there's a lot of focus on Quad's behavior, but Quad is not going to give you different energy until she feels like she can trust you. And Simone, I wouldn't trust you either if off camera and behind closed doors you tell me, and this is what Quad should have did at that table. She should have talked to Simone about that dinner they had, where she admitted she don't really have nothing against her, and she only goes against her because it'll make Toya happy. That's not having a beef with somebody. You don't have a reason to be mad at her. And I feel like a lot of them is doing that. Toya, it looked like, is the only one at that table that has an issue with Quad. They're not unpacking that. Jackie, your ass is always gone delivering babies. Simone, you're jealous of Quad too because of some of the stuff you were saying at the reunion. I feel like if you really was interested in her, if you really cared about her, you wouldn't get to the reunion saying and alleging, even before the reunion, that she was sleeping with one of her contractors. See, y'all do that. And Toya, you was in on that too, but I never heard Quad bring that up about how you all allege that she was able to pay for her home and furnish it. She was able to do all of that because she slept with one of the contractors. Y'all was repeating that rumor like it was true. But yet it's a big deal to agree with somebody that's alleging that Toya is cheating on Eugene. Monkey see, monkey do. That's another reason why no problems got solved, because they're not properly unpacking things. Toya says she's been working on being a forgiving person. Girl, you need to forgive yourself because you have created most of this yourself. And I don't think Toya is willing to look at herself because she's a child at heart, and she think because she got this little wine collection situation going, she just feel like that's who she is. Toya has always defined herself by what she has on the outside, not developing the person within. I know some of you all will disagree with that, but she has a superficial personality and she's not trustworthy. Quad will never trust her. After denying that Greg abused her, after helping this girl get on this show, you have disrespected her all throughout. See, y'all want Quad to admit that she was wrong, all the while y'all disrespecting her and dishonoring her and her trust. Because guess what? You go and get my ex-husband or ex-girlfriend on the same show that I'm on, I'm never going to trust you. Okay? You are upset, Toya, that she read your ass for filth. You're upset. And before the stuff about Anila and who broke into her house, and Quad thought y'all was cool, and you down to the live with Simone and Cecil saying she's in a bullshit ass apartment. That's what you're saying. You can't do that. See, just when she trusts them, they do something that's like on some snake shit. You can't move like that. They end up going their separate ways after dinner. They bring Quad back, to talk. All I see is Quad. Had y'all not talked about Quad, I don't know, like, what would y'all have talked about? Okay? They basically called her just to send her ass home. I wish Quad would have had enough foresight to just stay away from these ladies. Leave the money on the table. Just refuse to even talk to them. I wish she would have pulled that move. But they really hurt her feelings. Quad, you need to learn how to read the room, because you said, well, I thought everything was cool after the resurrection. No, it's not. These people are still, you know, they still don't gel with you. They don't like you. You don't like them. You don't trust them. I don't think that this show will last if they don't bring Quad back. Like Heavenly said, she can't do it by herself. I don't feel like a lot of people are like living within their truth on this show. We know Phaedra is not living in her truth. She just lie about everything. It's not fun to watch. It was kind of fun seeing Phaedra and Quad play off of each other. It would have been nice but they have this formula for this show where every year somebody is the target, and I think they need to let that go. They need to let that go because it's not really fixing the issue. There's so many layers to unpack. But Quad ended up crying. Shout out to Carlos King for doing the interview with Quad. I appreciate that. She needed some type of love and support. Like I said, Toya already kicked her out of the bachelorette party, knowing that production told that girl to show up. So it's just like at every turn, you were a bitch to her. You was the same bitch you're accusing her of being, but yet you expect for her to be a better person. It's not going to happen. You're going to create even more distrust. Okay, you're gonna create even more space between her and you all. She's not gonna feel like she could trust you guys. And they are not gonna trust her because she's not accountable. She's not owning, her behavior about why she is really distant with them. I think she should have been more upfront with the ladies. Like, I don't like that you all are filming with my ex-husband's new wife. She shouldn't even have to have that conversation with them. Okay? Because guess what? When you really love and respect somebody, it's just certain shit you don't do to them. We see Sweet Tea gossiping to Gregory, telling him about how the ladies are at odds with Quad. I guess Dr. G loves all of this. He tried to downplay it and act neutral and be like, oh, well, babe, you stay out of it. But he had made a comment to where, well, if I can come on here and take her from her friends. He said something along those lines. I said, there it is. Okay, there's the intention right there. If you listen long enough, guys, you will hear people's intentions towards you and other people. Well, I ain't mean to, I think he is like a lot of men where you're not supposed to be doing well for yourself after you leave them. I even heard it from my child's father. He began blocking his mother and father from watching our child. He would remind me, well, remember you broke up with me. Remember you chose to be a single mom. So now I will block you from, getting some time to yourself. That way you can go out on dates, meet somebody new, travel. Now I have to punish you. There is a lot of abuse going on this show. And it's not even like being acknowledged. That's what's so sad. Eugene talked about the ladies being in solidarity to your wife when it came to Quad. No, they just don't like her. It had nothing to do with them sticking up for Toya, because quiet is kept. Jackie don't respect Toya. Simone, I think, cares for Toya. They seem to have some type of alliance, but she know Toya ain't about shit. So I'm not really sold and convinced on that relationship. With your raggedy broke ass. That's all I can. Woo. Okay. Eugene also needs to be accountable for his bad behavior with Quad. You don't jump on a woman. And this is another thing I noticed that men do, especially with strong women that are no nonsense, that are articulate. Okay, I go through it all the time. They try to do this thing where they put you in your place. And we've seen Eugene say to Quad, what was it last season? Leave miserable alone. And she don't have a man. And nigga, your fat ass is always away at work. Toya technically ain't got one either. Because guess what? Every year she still got to move. Okay, so get out of here. So yeah, like I said, there's so many things, you guys, with this show they are not unpacking. And I think that if Carlos produced this show, he would unpack these issues. He's a producer. Okay, you have to get to the bottom of stuff and have a real conversation, not, oh, we want Quad to kiss our ass. It's just not going to happen. Quad has an ego. We all have an ego. You know? She got her reasons for why she did what she did. Y'all got y'all reasons. Y'all not being honest about those, though. So, the girls do some wine tasting. They have some lunch. I was so uninterested with the show after they sent Quad home because I'm just not interested in them. We are skipping over Jackie and her call because I don't care nothing about it. The guys shot their scene. They got to talking about their wives, and Cecil talked about how Simone would watch their child. I guess it was Miles at the time, was somebody else's child. I really could care less, but there's that. I thought it was funny though when he mentioned that Simone would be on call and leave him with the kids, and he like, well, damn, girl, I got our kid and somebody else's kid. I don't like the guys talking about how the girls sent Quad home and they did all that shit in front of Dr. G. To me, it gave a lot of, I told y'all about Quad. I told y'all about who she is, and she's a user, and well, she did this, and no, nigga, you is abusive. You shouldn't even be on this show. I'm hoping that next season Sweet Tea does not come back. I don't want her back on the show. I don't like her. She just does not give me fabulous at all. And I just honestly, I will never support her, you guys, because you saw how this man treated his ex-wife, and then you still decide to get with him. And because of that, you have no morals, no values, and no couth about you. This ain't even about Quad per se. It's just you saw this man's character, and then it's like you signed up to be the next victim. And to me, that's giving desperate, low self-esteem. I don't like Sweet Tea. I don't. I didn't like them talking about all this stuff about Quad in front of Dr. G. He just, to me, it's like it gave him some sort of satisfaction. Like he wanted Quad to lose her job, and now they're going to be my friends, and I'm back on the show. And no, I don't think that they're going to keep him. I don't. I feel like somebody, for some reason, I'm getting this strong sense that somebody is going to be talking to Bravo about all the stuff that Quad went through in that marriage. I think it's going to get back to them how Quad really feels about Dr. G and Sweet Tea being on the show. I don't see them staying very long. So hopefully this is their first and last season. Cecil says it's disappointing about what happened with Quad and Simone. They have a lot of love for each other. Your wife ain't got no love for her. Not going against Quad just because she has an alliance with Toya. That's not love. I think we all need to redefine what love really is, because that's not it. That's cap.
All the ladies had their own independent view about their relationship with Quad, and at the end of that, they decided that it's best that she leave.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
I don't want to rip somebody's friend group away from them, but at the same time, hell yeah.
And guess who was smiling? Ugly T. Y'all sitting up here talking about she look like Toya. Shit. If I was Toya, I would go off. Toya's beautiful. She's ugly as hell on the inside, though, but she's beautiful. This horse, I can't even make the damn sound, but she is no Quad. Quad is a beautiful black woman. Okay, get into it. Quad sexy as hell. Okay? Quad, could you cook some food for Miss Robinson, honey? I've been, putting in some work, girl. Okay, I know your ass can cook, girl. Fix Miss Robinson a plate, okay? The ladies get on Alicia for clowning her man and saying that, he's not a real man, because he need all these helpers. He's from Nigeria. Problem. We know Heavenly had a problem. Oh, you can't talk to that man, and the man is always right. Okay? You got that man last name. The name got his daddy's blood on it. Oh, no, you can't talk to your man like that. Heavenly the type of bitch where your man is always right. Y'all remember what she told Simone when Cecil was out there hanging out with Tammy more than Simone? The world tear down our black men all the time. You gotta lift him up. Girl, I ain't lifting shit up. Shit. Lift my damn hand up, smack his ass, and get this ugly ass bitch up out this house. I told y'all Simone didn't handle that the right way. You bring another nigga, that'll get rid of that bitch real quick. I done pulled that many a times, and we didn't have a problem after that. How you doing? I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Because these niggas, they be like, oh, she would never. I bet I would. Okay? How you doing? Don't play with me. Y'all stop talking to these niggas. If you're talking to him and he ain't listening, you talking too much. You need to start doing. Men respect actions. No pain, it won't be no damn gain. What that lady say? No pain, no gain, no pain. Okay, yes. That's a real, look, that's some real, look, I'm about to go listen to that. Listen, she spoke a word though. Okay, she told y'all the truth. And the truth needs no proof. How you doing? Oh, Heavenly also mentioned that there were times she could have kept her mouth closed with Daddy. You think so, Heavenly? But I don't really trust Heavenly's marital advice because everything is always the man is right. The man is right. It's almost as if she don't know how to advocate for herself, and what work over there with Damon is not gonna work with other men because these other niggas is set up differently. So you giving somebody advice that you live by, it may not work with their man. They may not be with a good man, Savannah. Okay. And then here goes Simone. Well, most of the stuff me and Cecil go through is petty, and you need to stop being petty. When the hell we gonna have a damn intervention for Simone's loud ass? Okay, stop being so damn petty. Oh, they asked Phaedra what happened to the doctor. Oh, we broke up because, yeah. Y'all broke up because y'all was probably only together so you could get your ass on this show, Phaedra. I wouldn't believe nothing Phaedra has to say. You cannot build a real relationship with such a fake person. So I would be done with her. Child, Sweet Tea country as hell, giving them those bottles of brown liquor, white liquor. She too tacky for me, child. But honey, that's the episode. It was more with Toya. I don't give a damn about Toya and her whine. She's not ambitious to me. To me, she is performing. And I want to see Toya from back in the day that knew how to be accountable and let some shiggity go. And that's the Toya that I miss. What was that? Season 4 Toya? Yeah. I like Toya, even though she was always delusional and buying a whole bunch of shit she can't afford. Okay. I always kind of like Toya. But yeah, you gotta keep yourself honest, sis. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.